with Miss Arina. She's from Russia, my beautiful art teacher, and she's an artist. I would like to interview her about searching for goodness.
So my name is Arina Sleutsker, and I was born in the most beautiful city in the world, St. Petersburg, and I got classically trained in one of the greatest academy there. I had a long career in the United States also. I participate in a couple art expo shows in New York and art and decor shows in Los Angeles. Had a solo show, had about 40 shows all around here. I was working successfully with one Las Vegas gallery, Il Prato, which is about 20 years, was selling my Venetian Carnival theme, what we have here, and that was very successful. And now I'm selling my art through the exhibit and selling through the art auction on the internet. So the internet auction.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Mm-hmm. And you like teaching art?
Yeah, that's my second passion. I could have just done fine art, but I really like teaching. See how people have personal lessons that I can give personal attention. Mm-hmm. When we can develop that particular taste and particular interest with each student. That's amazing for me how they get. And I actually have 14 students who went to art universities and college, so they made their career in art. So I'm very proud of this, obviously, also.
That's super. Mm-hmm. And our project is called Searching for Goodness, and I ask everyone, what do you think goodness is? Mm-hmm. What is goodness to you? How do we spread it? How do you spread goodness in your field of work? Like, how do you contribute to goodness by doing art or teaching art?
I think that goodness is a positivism, in my opinion. Just no matter how doom and gloom or all world, all the news affecting us, we have to keep positive intake. Because it's still people creating art, poets write the poetry, and new children being born. No matter what, we're all hoping for the best, and I think that's the best goodness, and you can spread goodness around the world, I think, just by obviously creating beauty and just smiling and
Smiling definitely is important. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Every time somebody smiles at you, we feel more at ease. You feel maybe more liked. Yeah, definitely. And you told me many times before, like, what was the hardships of being an immigrant coming from Russia and starting a life here? Like, how did you manage to, what struggles you've been through, and how did the goodness of other people help you to get to where you are?
Yeah, I feel like, a lot of people ask me if it was any cultural shock or something. It wasn't so much cultural shock. I feel like it's, imagine two twins separated at birth, and one raised in a rich family, which is America, and the other is raised in a poor family, which is kind of Russia. And then you join and you have a lot of similarity, I would say. It was just harder to adjust, I would say financially, but that would be a struggle in any situation. If I stay there and try to establish myself all here, so I would say 5 years. It just pure, try to make ends meet. With the obviously sometimes left, I didn't have any TV, any media, but just to try to paint anyway, even having 2 jobs. That's what, because I so get used to this from childhood, so I couldn't live without that. And so it was my drug, kind of.
How do you feel about having a family here? Does that help you to give you that support system that you need?
It does, but it also adds worries. Let's put this way. So is everything has a flip side of the coin? I would say I wouldn't. I didn't have any monetary things from it. So it was. I think it was more giving from my part. Let's put this way.
Nice.
More worries and you know, contribution from my part. I would say even like that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's true.
slowly move outside,
Mm-hmm.
and we continued after a little break. So, Arina, I'd like you to show and tell a little bit about your art here. I see a beautiful bird here. Which birds are some of our teams? Can you tell me a little bit about these birds' arts here?
Yeah, birds for me, it's a symbol of freedom. I like how it's a matriarchat in a bird's kingdom because they always male so fanciful, and they building the nest sometime and decorate amazingly the nest. I like that. I think birds have symbolism about them. If the bird fly into the house, it's means somebody can die, or if the bird dispose some of the poop on the shoulder, then it's like a good luck and money is coming, big money is coming. So I was like that.
You painted these birds?
Yeah, some of them.
I like the symbolism of birds. And how about this piece?
This piece is about a mermaid who found the statue on the bottom of the ocean, and I feel she's confused and surprised. A little twist on a mermaid life. I feel like.
And here I see my painting. What's your thoughts on that? I have started this. We couldn't finish it yet. It's interpretation of Psyche and Eros statue. It's not completely original, but I'm making my own adaptation on it. And there's a little snake here. I see a little. Whose snake is that?
That's actually my daughter painted for me.
Your daughter? Why did she do a snake?
I don't know. That's some symbolic. We like snakes for the beauty. I don't know if I
like the
can
beauty of the
handle.
snakes?
Yeah, if I can handle real one, but I really like the way they look in the art. I have whole book, Charm of Snakes.
You do? Do you have a copy of it to show?
I have some. I don't know if I can find right away.
You wrote a book, Charm of Snake?
Yeah, not me. Not me.
Oh, you
but,
didn't
know,
write
somebody.
it, but it's your book. Okay.
Okay,
I
I
see.
have it, but I'm not writing yet.
There is another
Besides the
snake here, right? I
yes,
see another snake. Did you draw this one?
This I think I just traced from the book, honestly.
What other art you want to show? I see our friend's art here. This is Joanne's and this is Janice's art.
Yeah,
This is Janice. And this one too? Janice or Jeanette?
Jeanette.
This is Jeanette.
I can put the lights on.
But looks like Janice more than Jeanette.
I don't know. They had that. Oh,
Nice. That's a nice painting. Anything else that... Oops.
did you have that shot? Well, that's some of.
Are these yours?
Yeah.
You like Spanish
The
ladies
Spanish
dancing?
dancers. There was some serious kind of they asked me to do, so I did that.
Tell me a little bit about these.
Oh, those are just kind of. I was listening Spanish music and painting. That's about it, and I try to make it very, like, authentic. The floors, the cobblestones, the movement, all these ruffles. So it's a lot of attractive for me elements, like a candlelight and all that.
And how about this side? Show me this side.
This one is signs of zodiacs, which also I love.
Signs of zodiacs. Which one is the Aries? My horoscope.
This one.
That's an
You
Aries.
see it's little ram with the, so we can paint your face there.
And what's yours? Where is yours?
I'm the same sign.
You're Aries. When is your birthday?
Gonna be coming soon.
When?
April 8th.
April 8th.
Yeah.
Oh, how soon.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Thank
A little
you.
early, but happy birthday.
Thanks.
What else we have here? Anything else you want to show
How
me?
about this two painting? The
Oh.
the naked. No. Oh, okay. This called Spirits of West Hollywood.
Oh. What were you showing me? There's a ballerina here.
This one, this two.
Oh, the other way. Okay.
Yeah, one called Fire, and other called Danaya, the girl locked in a castle, and Zeus, I think, came through the window as a light. But I put like bunch of golden coins flying towards her.
Oh, nice. How about here? Let's go over this side.
Okay,
Tell me these ones.
let me turn on the light.
Yes,
because
please.
Yeah, that's called Adam and Eve.
This one.
You see, she's seducing Adam with some fruits. Pomegranate, which is considered the fruit of multiplication, I guess, like multiply of a lot of children.
And how about on the side? Anything else you didn't mention before?
Yeah, that's called, stone poetry. You see, the poet is a sculpture and the listener is a sculpture. So, some unmasking carnival.
Nice.
It's called unmasking. That's a Venetian date. Some sign of zodiac. Oh, actually, look, Janice and Jeanette, the twins. I think, yeah, it's a Gemini. Let me see my flower.
There are two twins?
Yeah, you see them?
Nice.
They portray. The flower is.
Yeah, it does look like them.
And the Pisces.
Beautiful. And this one behind you is pretty too.
Yeah, thank you.
And this grape eating man?
Yeah, that's a Bacchus.
Oh, Bacchus. I remember him from mythology. Very
And that's
nice.
all my cousin, me and my cousins sitting at the table.
Which one is you?
This one.
Oh, you had a little more orange hair back then.
Yeah. I kind of pinned it here. I never was that brave, but I'm aiming for that.
Nice.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, Arina. Anything else you want to share?
How about the Othello? That's one of my favorite. It don't have any light though, but if I
light.
can put that. This painting, I feel I'm never gonna sell. Oh, the Zarathustra. Some.
That's
How about
really-
this? The Zarathustra.
Is this also a mythological character?
Yeah, that's actually the Armen can appreciate. Because it's there is a Zoroastrian religion, in Iran.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's about, but that's actually about the famous Nietzsche story. It's called "Those Spoke Zarathustra," which is the man who isolated himself in the woods and he stayed there and meditate. And then he was telling the truth to the people when he came out from the woods.
Very cool.
How about the Othello?
How about Othello?
Let me put that.
Tell me the story of Othello.
What? Othello
forgot.
is a famous Shakespearean play
I know, I forgot.
with the.
I forgot what was happening. Do you
Well,
remember?
he was a guy. He was a major commander, like military commander in the army, and he had this beautiful wife, but he was very jealous of her. So he kind of interrogate her and tried to choke her to death out of jealousy. But she was innocent. Never anything ever happened. It just people who envy him, then they put them. What was it? Talk bad.
Scary stuff.
Talk bad about her.
So tell me, like, who are some of your favorite artists?
I love Salvador Dali, one of my influencers, because I really love surrealism, because that's how I feel like I'm seeing dreams as surrealistic, and sometimes I daydreaming like this. I like the one modern artist also, his name is Vladimir Kush. He also have that influence. So mostly that, and it's a lot of new artists emerging, like exploring that subject, like kind of dreamland, I don't know, something would come from the fantasy, because I think that's important. That's one of the part of the art would be always interesting, what's inside of our brain, head and soul.
Definitely. We both like Salvador Dali too. Yeah, we do. And Kush, I'm gonna check out. I don't know if I know it. Anyway, we can go out now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Arina, show me outside.
Oh, okay.
And how do you think we can fight all the evil in the world with what we do? Like, for instance, with arts, how can we resist all the evil?
I think everybody has little power in their life just to do their part, a little bit step forward every day, even what you're doing. And you will notice, and when people get together, I think they're happy because we are social animals, and we can support each other in a creative way, and smiling way, complimenting each other. So I think one of the part that's good. Life is still beautiful.
I personally think, like, the more I'm searching has to do with love and care too, and having faith to yourself and each other. And I think art is like really goodness, because it's against destruction. Right? We're creating. There's two forces of energy, it's like creating or destroying, and I think choosing art is choosing the kind of the bright side of things, even if you make dark art. I think almost like you're using blood to paint or something.
Oh, some people do.
Okay, your thoughts on science and spirituality and arts, how do they connect and differ?
I don't think it's not that much contradiction in the art and science and spirituality, because let's say if a poet says like the clouds look like a herd of sheep, it doesn't mean it's not. It could be. So that's, I think, one point to see. Let's say in Old Testament they say the God created world in 7 days, which is scientists might say it can be done. But if you think one day it's 1,000,000 years, so it is possible. I think it's kind of this way. It's just spirituality. It's a creative and poetic way explain the real thing in science.
And earlier we had a little conversation over this, and you mentioned like how God is a creator, and they said God created us in His own image. But how do you think like spiritually making art connects us to God?
Like we're not just an image of God, just having 2 eyes and legs and arms. It's more like a creating every day, like God creating leaves and butterflies, and all this. That's how we creative people who are painting or composing music or playing music, writing poetry, or even mundane things like cooking or fixing the clothes. It's all part of creating process.
That's a good answer. And just I thought of that, I feel like the more things are more organic, there's like more spirits transformation. For instance, like Armin, he loves like records, old records, and there is like a more soul to it when you listen to that than listening something digital, that little like cracking sound, right? Or like watching a 35mm film has a different kind of magic than watching digital. I feel like the same thing's gonna happen with arts. I feel like some soul of us, piece of our soul being transferred is not gonna happen to an artificial intelligence. So that concerns me a little bit. Your thoughts on environmental issues such as climate change and global warming. What do you do as a citizen, and what do you think the world can do? You were talking about some consumerism and recycling. Can I take that again?
Yeah. Well, I definitely recycle. I think that's important. And also, I think the very big danger in modern society is excessive consumption of the fast fashion, or it's buying constantly new furniture, makes us feel good, fill up the hole in our heart, soul and heart. But there is other ways you can restore furniture. You can restore your clothing, exchange maybe clothes with some of your friends, and not to have a big, this garbage filled up the landline. Alright?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I agree with that. It became like, if something tore, we would take it to repair. Or if something don't work, we would take it to repair. We'll just throw everything away, get a new one. Consumerism. It's again against the creative energy. Instead of repairing things, keep buying more things. What else can we do? You're not vegetarian either. Right?
No, I am vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian?
Yeah,
How do you think that helps?
Well, I think it's still going to be animals because they are raised to, to be killed basically, unfortunately. But if it's slowly, people can do that. I don't advertise it because I think it's everybody's personal choice and personal reasoning for that. But I think it would help. Canada is 9% vegetarian. India is almost all vegetarian. There is a 300 million people on the planet, and they're surviving somehow. It's not that, it's harder for men, I think.
Yeah.
But if we can cut it at least a little bit, like halfway, that would be great. Also.
And what do you think is going to happen if people keep not paying attention to global warming and climate change?
It's slowly but surely, getting there. I think a lot of things needs to be done, from global warming. And it's not just, maybe it's not that noticeable, but I think it's increased the hurricane seasons in some areas. So it's maybe not even feels like a global warming to us now, even scientifically. There is like a half degree going higher, but it's more like weather change, which is more disasters happening, and people are not humanity fires, people not adjusted to that yet. So
and you can feel it, right?
Yeah.
Like I moved to America like 2009, and from here to now, in seasons changing, I feel like it's getting warmer and warmer.
Yeah.
And icicles are melting over there in Antarctica, which brings me to the question of what are your thoughts of Antarctica? Our goal with this project, our initial goal is to eventually go to Antarctica and make this documentary film. And we have the funds together. These are small steps towards that goal. What are your thoughts of Antarctica? Would you want to see it there? And anything you know about Antarctica would interest you about it?
Actually, I didn't know that much about Antarctica. I searched a little bit, and I think it's a fascinating continent because some of the fossils or remains capture of those giant animals when people didn't know it even exists, and like biggest shark tooth would been finding that's like 10 times smaller than what they found there. There is this
I call it even portal. It's like through the eyes, this big, huge, deep hole in the portal.
There's alien theories too.
Yeah, and the alien something happening, and Hitler was making some bases there, so maybe they knew something for the weaponry or like to disguise themselves there. And in through this portal you can go to the bottom of the ocean, which is all those amazing creatures lives. I live that nobody knows yet, or it's a different size, like unusual size. So it is fascinating place, which is, they say 80% of the bottom of the ocean is not scientifically developed yet, so people don't know what's there. So it's still a lot to learn.
Have you ever read the book Mountain of Madness by Lovecraft?
No,
He had a book about Antarctica and how they go there to explore, but I'm not gonna give spoilers. Just remind me of that. Yeah, I find it a very interesting continent to start at, and I hear there's this marathon going on now in 7 continents, and they also start in Antarctica. Like, it's a good starting point because, like, a lot of people from all continents go there for different kinds of research.
Yeah.
Mostly it's related to climate change, global warming, but I think they do other ecosystem stuff too.
Sure.
So I find it interesting to go somewhere where I can find people from different places of the world. And maybe we take it with you. We do some art. We should do an art piece for Antarctica, I think. Huh? We should do a nice
something
art
I
piece for
see,
Antarctica. Music and art. Do you like to listen to music when you're making art, how it helps? And I find it really amazing how music and art is very universal and immortal. What do you think about that?
Oh, I absolutely agree. Yeah. When I paint, I like to put classical music or even modern classical music because I feel very related to composers who are also alone, isolated from their family and friends, and at that moment, and try to combine beautiful elements in a harmonious way to beautify our world. I think it's source of constant inspiration for future generations, that we're not alone in this world. It was a continuing process of the like ocean of art and music, visual art and music.
I mean, I also find it fascinating how, we're all gonna die. Like, there's no cure to death. Like, you can be rich, you can be famous, you can be whatever you are. Nobody could find a cure to that. Like, we're all gonna die. As far as I know. I don't know if they're hiding from us, but maybe there are vampires. I don't know. But I think only way for us to defeat that is through arts and music. I mean, all kinds of arts and music. So, yeah,
that's the way to immortalize yourself, because I don't know, even a cemetery or greatest gravestone, it's not going to be as important if somebody's art or music would be continued in centuries.
And I think what you're doing is wonderful because you're expanding yourself by doing art, you're getting immortal, and also teaching art. You're also helping other people express themselves. I think art is like the most noble way to express yourself. Whether it be painting or music or writing, I think it's a very noble way to express yourself. And a lot of people who don't have artistic talent, I think that closes them to result on different ways. Like being cursing, hurting someone. It's just a way of, like, they're not able to express themselves fully. So I think art and education is very, very important for a better world. Yeah, that's all I got to say. And any last thoughts on any philosophical or thoughts, and also how people can find you, reach you, if they want to get your lesson from you, what do they do?
Thank you so much for interview. That's such a pleasure. It's always everybody has some egotistical nature to some extent. So it is great when somebody interested in your particular art style or your particular lifestyle. So I have a website, artbyarina.com.
Artbyarina.
So they can contact me there, and through the friends.
Great. And I think we have a slogan before we end our show. Goodness will win. So let's say that to our audience before we go. And as usual, please do subscribe if you haven't. And if you watched this whole thing, thank you. Okay, let's say goodness will win. Let's say it again.
Goodness will win.
Goodness will win. Goodness will win.